Hey, Russell Photos going live just for a couple minutes. You guys know how I do it. Happy Friday. Today is, thank God it's Friday. I couldn't hit that high note today. Today is Friday, December 12th. Hope you guys are doing well. Hey, I'm live in LA. Another beautiful day out, outside. I haven't been outside yet, but I can see it from the window. Okay. But after I do this live, I'm going to go out and experience it. So that's why I'm kind of doing this live, this daily check-in, which I do Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. That's why I'm doing it early today, so I can go out and enjoy the sun, get my walk in, maybe even do some yard work, a little gardening or whatever. Just kind of get away from you know, the the mundane working and looking at email and responding to this, responding to that. Although there is some work I do need to accomplish, but you know what? It can wait. I can do it later. Okay. So I guess maybe sometimes that's the beauty of doing your own thing, maybe because you can put things off to later if they're not, that important, right? If the client is not like waiting for it, then you can put it off for a couple minutes. So, but anyway, hope you guys are doing well. Hope the weekend is going to be good for you. Holidays are coming up, so once again, happy holidays to everyone. I do this daily check-in. I think I said Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I also do a show called On Air with Russell of Hotels, that live hospitality talk show that everyone's talking about. Comes on every Tuesday at 1 o'clock. And that's 1 o'clock p.m. and that's in California, right? So if you're on the East Coast, that would be 4 o'clock. Okay, so just in case you did not know, there is a time difference. If you're in Texas, I guess that'd be 3 o'clock, right? Am I right? Yeah, it's 2 hour difference here. So if you're in Texas, that'd be 3 o'clock. So there you go. And I'll never do one of these shows without showcasing a hotel. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a hotel here in the US. It could be somewhere that I've traveled, somewhere that I've experienced. And today is the Sofitel Hotel in Panama City, Panama. So was there earlier this year, had a great time. I want to say earlier this year. Yeah. I guess in the summer, like maybe late summer, I was there. So just my first time there, had a great experience. We'll definitely go back. Okay. We'll definitely go back. So you'll see a couple of photos that I've taken and that, like I said, that I experienced just about the hotel for the most part. I took pictures of everything, the destination itself, but that's not what I'm showing you today. I'm showing you the hotel. Okay, so hotel, motel, not a Holiday Inn. If your girl starts acting up, then you take her friend. You remember that? You guys remember that one? Okay. I pull them out. I can pull it out anytime, right? Go back in the day when that first came out. I, anyway, I'm probably showing my age, but anyway, these daily check-ins do not have to be that long. As you can see, I make them that long. I was just going to say the chat is open, so feel free to make a comment. I see one comment. I'm going to take a look at it and see who it's from. But we're live on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and IG is different, right? So I did, set up the stream and everything, but what it does, you have to download it and then put it on to IG. So, which, I don't, I would rather be live right now on IG, like as I'm simultaneously, but I think you have to actually download it, then you put it on to IG. So it'll be on there later. I guess you can still make comments if you want to, but it won't be in real time, which I don't get. I don't get, and maybe I'm doing something wrong. Okay, so that could be it. It can be that operator error. Hey, Craig, how are you, sir? Let me put Craig's comments on here. Craig is out there in Texas, in the Houston area. So he says, hey, what's up, Craig? Happy Friday. Yep, happy Friday to you as well, my friend. So me and Craig were just talking. We were just texting back and forth a couple of days. I mean, a couple of minutes ago, prior to me coming live here, and he was asking me about. He said he was doing like here's a podcast, and he was doing like a daily check-in, like similar to what I do, like a daily check-in. Let people know what's going on with him, or maybe within sports, because his is a sports talk podcast. And he said, well, he hadn't been doing a daily check-in in a while, and how should he restart it? And I said, well, just start. I mean, I don't think there's any rhyme or reason when you start it. You just start it when you're comfortable with doing it. And I think that's the problem with sometimes when we stop doing, things where maybe we're not getting the engagement that we thought we should get. But if you stop, it just everything has to start back over again. So maybe you're getting a little bit of engagement, and it can depend on the subject matter. It can depend on a lot of different things. But if you stop, then you're never going to gain that. You got to start back over again, right? So just continue to do it and let all that other stuff work itself out. The algorithm and all that. If you start trying to chase algorithms, you never, I know they say go to doing more short-term videos, which is good. That is a good thing to do. Do more shorts, and what you can do is take that one video that you're doing. Like I'm doing this one video that's probably going to be 20 minutes, at least 20 minutes. I can take it and cut it down, right? Maybe just into, a minute reels, minute-sized reels, and that way I can put those on there, and then maybe get people wanting more of that, right? Oh, we want to hear more what Russell has to say. But if I'm just giving little bite-sized pieces, like little appetizers, like say you go out to dinner, right? And you get the little appetizers, right? Well, the appetizers are leading up to something else, right? So you're going to go through all the courses to get to that main thing, right? So it's the same thing with doing video and lives and on social media, right? You're giving people little bits and pieces because you want them to want more. You want them to keep coming back. So that's the thing that you should do as well. So yeah, so I understand the whole let's do more short form video, which is good, which works as well and will work as far as getting more, viewership and things like that. So yeah, so try all those things and just try it as much as you can try and let's see what happens, right? And he mentioned something about his lighting was not good. Well, then buy some more lighting. That's all you can do, right? I mean, if you don't have the proper lighting, and I have that, I'm guilty of that as well. So sometimes my lighting is not where it should be, but I don't stop doing it because the lighting's bad. I just move into a different part of the room and say, okay, there's more, lighting here. There's more daylight or more sunshine coming through, or buy a light, buy a ring light, or buy whatever you got to do. And that's what I did. I just started using a bigger light. I had a small, like little ring, but it wasn't enough. So I bought a bigger one. So those things you can do too. Are you doing? And I'm doing this on my phone, right? So the camera that I use right now is my iPhone. Okay. So I just synced it with the program that I use, which is Restream. And I'm using my iPhone. I think it's an iPhone, was it 16, 15, 14? So 14. So yeah, so just use the iPhone because it's a lot better than using the phone or using the camera on your laptop. Okay, so there you go. So little tips there, but those come from Craig because Craig wanted to know. So thank you, Craig. He said, are you doing this YouTube live on your phone? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am, sir. So anyway, let's get into it. Let's see, where am I? Let me get back to where I was. Let me change any information, any questions at all. Let me put my name up there. Boom, Russell L. Edmond. My email's there too. If you want to reach out in touch, just go ahead and do that. You can do that. Just change another one. Daily check-in with Russell Hotels, and you can see it's a daily check-in because it's scrolling at the bottom. So anyway, let's move forward. Let me show you the hotel, right? Hotel. I already sang that song. So and this picture right here, this is a guest room, right? It's my room that I had there, open to a patio. But for whatever reason, the lighting was off. All the other pictures came out brighter. I don't know why this one came out kind of funky like this. And I had two photos of the guest room that came out just like this. I'm like, what the heck happened? Because when you take the picture, it looks fine. But then when it comes, anyway, that's my guest room. So just imagine, I guess that's kind of black and white and kind of dull. But yeah, so that's the guest room. But you get the gist of it. It's one king size bed. And the room was a good size room. Nice bathroom. I don't think I took a photo. I did take a photo of the bathroom, but You've seen one bathroom, you've seen them all, right? You want to see the toilet and all that stuff. Um, and then I was at breakfast or whatever, and this was just some fresh avocado. Oh my God, it was so good. I don't know what made it so good there in Panama City, but it was maybe because they just grew it outside and brought it in. I don't know, but it was so fresh and it tastes different from the the avocados that we get here, right? But yeah, no, it's very good, very good. And there's 159 guest rooms, and this is called the Sofitel Legend Casco Viejo. Casco Viejo, Panama City, Panama, right? So right in this area where it's located, it's like shopping, and I mean, there's a lot going on. They have like a plaza area where they could be selling, like food and things like little tchotchkes or t-shirts or whatever. And then there's numerous restaurants around there. And then it was just great. It's just a great atmosphere. And we happened to be there when it was like some type of, I don't want to say a festival or some type of party or some kind of, it was a party atmosphere, that's for sure. So like every Friday there was something going on within the plaza, and you just walk there from your hotel. You just walk there, and people are dancing, they're eating, they're drinking, they're having a good time. And oh man, I had the most fun over there. I can't, you know what? I have to go back. I gotta go back. I gotta go back. So anyway, this is actually in the courtyard of the hotel. So this is outside of the lobby area. But this is, of course, this was at night. And if you keep walking that way towards that fountain, the pool is below there. And like I don't know why I didn't take a picture of that, because it was a nice pool, and then that overlooked the harbor or the bay, or yeah, let's just say the harbor. Let's just say the bay, the Panama City Bay. Let's just call it that. And this is the lobby area. The front desk is kind of to, where is it? This, no, that side. This side? Yeah, it's over there. It's over there. So you can't see it from here, but yeah, so just a lot of seating in the lobby area. Very nice, very, very comfortable. And this is the patio of my room, right? So you got the skyline view right there. I mean, you see downtown Panama City right there. I mean, just perfect. At night, the lights sparkling and everything. You see the bay right there, the Panama City Bay right there. And this is in the courtyard as well. Okay, so this is the same. I guess this is different. This is the what am I trying to say? The fountain that I took is over this way. So if you walk straight down there, you see where those people are right there? They're looking over at the pool. So looking at the pool and then looking at the bay. And then this is outside the front entrance of the hotel. So right there where that window is on that side is like a coffee shop. So I went and got my coffee in the morning. I'm not I don't drink coffee, but like a chai tea or whatever. And I'm sitting right here just drinking my tea, just watching, just people watching as people come and go to the hotel and go throughout the plaza area, because there's shopping. You can get your Panama hat and all that kind of stuff in this area over here. So it's very nice. It's just a very nice, if anyone's going to Panama City, I'm suggesting stay at the Sofitel. Okay, Sofitel Legend. It's a small hotel, nice restaurant, good food, fresh everything. The service impeccable. General manager, I never met him, but we met kind of online and social media kind of thing, because I was posting some things. And just a genuine dude. He worked here in the States and now works there in Panama City. So he's done a lot of Sofitels in the United States, or a couple in the United States, and then done some, outside of the U.S. as well. So there you go. So yeah, I communicate with the GM and everything. So anytime a GM will jump on in social media, we have two things, right? He knows what's going on, right? He's aware of people posting and tagging them on things. He's aware of that because he responded to me, right? Not a lot of general managers are into social media, which shame on you, GMs, you should be, right? So I can't remember his name, but shout out to the general manager at the Sofitel Legend Casco Viejo, okay, in Panama City, Panama, because he's aware of what's going on with his branding and marketing, because a lot of it is being done on social media. So he's very aware of that. like I said, I take photos of anywhere I go, and then I start posting things, and I always tag, the hotel or the destination on it. And not everyone responds. Okay, not everyone will acknowledge that. Oh, thank you for posting, and let's have a conversation about blah 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 or whatever. Not a lot of them do that, because not a lot of them are entrenched in social media like the general manager there. So there you go. So there are a lot of things that you could be doing, but every general manager is, they're not as astute as that one, obviously. So the topic for today, every time I do one of these daily check-ins, I do a topic. So the topic for the day is brand awareness doesn't happen by accident. It doesn't, right? And we always think that it just happens, and like, oh my God, and we know about this hotel because of this, because no, it has to be intentional. But I'm going to go through, I got 3 points I'm going to make, and they're going to be brief. Okay. So, and remember, these are all on my blog. So feel free to go. Where's my blog at? Where's the blog's information? So yeah, so just go to the blog, boom, russellofhotels.com. All this information is already there. Okay. So any topic that I talked about for the last couple of days this week is there as well. So you're not just going to get this one today. You're going to get the ones from, earlier this week as well. So feel free to check that out, make your comments, use that information however you want to do it, because that's what it's there for. It's there for you to use. So, okay, so I got my iPad in front of me, so I'm going to be reading down. Okay, I'm not being rude. Okay, I have to read down. Okay, maybe I'll put it like this. Okay, can you see that? No, I don't want you seeing that right there. So, so once again, the question or the topic for today is brand awareness doesn't happen by accident. Number 1. Oh, wait, before I get to that, let me back up. Before I get to that, brand awareness doesn't happen by accident. In hospitality, it's not enough to be a great hotel or destination. If people don't see you, hear about you, or remember you, you're already behind. Should I say that one again? Because I think that hit some people. That hit some people like right in the stomach, right? They haven't recovered from that hit in the stomach. Brand awareness doesn't happen by accident. In hospitality, it's not enough to be a great hotel or destination. If people don't see you, hear about you, or remember you, you're already behind. You know how we put all this money in the hotels? Oh, we're going to renovate our hotel, blah, blah, blah. But if you don't tell everybody, everyone doesn't know. People have to know. You have to post these things constantly, consistently, right? So it's not a one and done kind of thing. Like, oh, we just renovated our rooms and we show you the one room that we've done, right? Okay, wow, great. Yeah. And then you don't show it ever again. You don't show anything ever again. What about the whole process of the renovation? All the construction that goes on, closing off rooms, explain that, because I've been through, numerous renovations in hotels, and they normally do a floor at a time, and then of course you don't want to put anybody. They're renovating a floor at a time, but like the floor below or the floor above you, they want to make sure that's vacant as well because of the noise level. Certain times of the day they won't put people in those rooms, right? Because if there's construction going on below, and you got thin walls or ceilings or flooring, you're going to hear. It's going to be just like you're in those rooms, right? So you want to make sure you do all those things, but you want to show those things as well. Like, hey, we're starting a renovation. Yeah, this is all the product that we're getting in. This is what we're doing. We're taking the construction crews, taking everything out, and then this is, the whole progress of it, right? I mean, you can have so much content and let people know, because people do want to know that. People want to see that, okay, we're going through renovation. We're starting on this day. And we all know that, or at least people should know, every construction does not go according to plan. So if I'm saying that, oh, it's going to be done, we just started today, it's going to be done in January, no, 9 out of 10 times it's not going to be done on the date that you think it's going to be completed on. So just remember those things and let people know that, because that's just how it works out, right? It's just how it works, right? But let's keep people posted. It's telling the story. Hotels have been renovated since 2015. Now that's 10 years. We're going on year 11, and now we're finally doing a renovation. So it can be a big thing, a big event. Let people know. Tell the story. We're afraid to tell those stories. We're thinking people, well, they're not going to like us because we're undergoing a renovation. Well, they may not like it, especially if they're there during this renovation, but let people know. You have groups coming in, let them know we're under renovation. Okay. Let your guests know, not just the groups, but anybody that's staying in your hotel, let them know that we're doing a renovation. It's okay. We're trying to, improve our product. Everyone understands that, right? Everyone understands that. So make sure that's on your website. Make sure you're emailing people. Everything, we got information about every guest that's staying with us, right? Make sure we have their email address. Make sure we email them, let them know, because everyone doesn't look at your website. Okay, contrary to popular belief. What about your social media postings as well? Hey, we're under construction at the hotel. We're gonna get a facelift. I mean, there's so many ways to spin it, right? But just be intentional about letting people know that you're undergoing a renovation. Okay, so anyway, how did I get off on that? I don't even know, but I think it's still good information, right? So yeah, so the three key points. Let's jump into the key points. Like I said, this does not have to be that long, but I'm dragging my feet on this. Visibility must be intentional. Brand awareness requires a deliberate effort. It's about consistency. I'm sorry, consistently showing up where your audience already is. LinkedIn, your website, Cvent, and other platforms. If you're not intentional with your visibility, your brand quickly fades into the background. Now, I mentioned Cvent because I've been looking at Cvent for not just Cvent in general, but hotels, but of course it's on the Cvent platform. And I'm looking for photos, new photos, videos, whatever on Cvent, because Cvent gives hotels opportunity to put things. And sometimes I go and look at video. I mean, try to look at find photos of hotels. They don't even exist. They don't put them in there. They're not updated. Make sure if everyone has a Cvent account, okay, everybody is listed in Cvent. Every hotel is listed in Cvent. Make sure your photos are up to date. Okay, up to date. All the information there is up to date, because the last thing you want is for someone who's looking for, you have a group, right? And they're looking for a hotel, and it's all about pointing and clicking, right? I have this RFP, and I'm going to point and click which hotels I want to send this RFP to, so you can send me back a proposal. Well, the ones that don't have photos, that I'm trying to look like, okay, maybe it's sight unseen. I've never seen this hotel before, but my client wants something in this particular destination, and I haven't seen every hotel, right? Well, guess what? Guess what hotels won't get clicked? The ones that don't have photos, because there's no way I even know if that hotel, does it still exist? Is it still there? I mean, they give you all these, places to put photos for a reason, right? So fill it up and update it as often as you should. I mean, if you're changing photos, if you've renovated your hotel, make sure you have the renovated photos of your hotel, right? So there you go. So there's really no excuse for that. There's really no excuse for that. So visibility must be intentional. Brand awareness requires a deliberate effort. It's about consistently showing up where your audience already is. LinkedIn, your website, Cvent, and other platforms. If you're not intentional with your visibility, your brand quickly fades into the background. You don't want your brand to fade into the background. Who does? No one wants that. Number two, assumptions hurt brands. Many hotels and destinations assume people already know who you are. I say this all the time. I always say, contrary to popular belief, everyone does not know your brand exists. Well, they don't. They do not know that your brand exists. And remember, social media, this is how I use social media. It's not for the people that know what I do. It's for the people that don't know what I do. So people within the hotel space, marketing people that are marketing, it's not for the people that know that your hotel exists. It's for those people. And there's more people that don't know than do know. Okay. So just make sure we're putting things out. Okay. The reality is meeting planners and clients are busy and constantly comparing options. If your story isn't being shared clearly and consistently, someone else's brand will capture their attention first. Okay. So if I don't see, I'm Panama City, right? And the only hotel I'm seeing is the Sofitel. Well, guess what? Where am I going to be staying? Where am I going to be at least looking? Where's that first RFP going to go to? It's going to go to the Sofitel in Panama City, Panama, because that's the only one that's posting things. That's the only one I see. That's the only one that's visible, right? It's the only one that's front, top of mind, because they're posting things on a constant basis. The other hotels, they're just, oh, you should know that, the big M is there, right? And you should know that this big H is over there, right? No, we don't know that. Everyone does not know that. I don't live in Panama City. Okay. So you should always posting. And one thing about social media is international, right? You can posting. I follow a lot of international destinations, hotels, because I travel, right? I have groups that go to these places. So I post all the time, and I'm following people or companies and organizations, hotels, destinations all the time, right? So just do it. Just do it. Like Nike says, just do it. Just do it. And then number three. Do. Stories create memory, not logos. What are you saying? You mean logos don't create memories? What? No one gets, what? No one gets excited about logos anymore. What happened? People don't remember logos. They remember stories and experiences. That sounds good. Sharing what makes your hotel or destination unique, highlighting your team, renovations. I said renovation. Didn't I say that? Guest experiences or group success stories create connection. That connection is what turns awareness into interest and interest into bookings. People got to be interested in order to get to that booking part, right? So make sure all that stuff is happening. Number one, let's just start this over again. I'm not going to go through everything. I'm just going to go through the points. Visibility must be intentional. Number two, assumptions hurt brands. And number three, stories create memory, not logos. So, how we want to throw a logo out there. And remember, people do business with people. They don't do business with logos, okay? Because a lot of times I see people, I don't follow people that have just logos. I want to see the person, right? So like on LinkedIn, someone will put a logo there, maybe it'd be a big M or whatever. I'm not going to follow that. Okay. If it's an individual, if it's not a business, you're going to do business with a person, right? Even a salesperson should not have that on there, even if they represent, a hotel, right? That has an M on it, right? And then I go to that person. Let's just say it's me. You go to my LinkedIn and it just says a M on it. You're like, what is that? It says Russell of Hotels, but then it just has an M. Like, why would you want to do business with that? You're not doing business with the logo. You want to do business with a person. So make sure if you don't have a photo, a professional headshot or whatever, make sure you have that on your personal page on LinkedIn, or I would say any social media platform. You should have that because people want to know who they're dealing with, right? They don't want bots. No one wants that. And there's a lot of that going on as well. So just make sure you have your picture there, because remember, you're the brand. They buy you because you're the brand they see. You happen to represent that M brand, but you're the brand that they're going to buy, right? They're going to buy you before they get to that particular hotel or destination or whatever. Does that make sense? Am I getting, am I there? Am I tickling your brain so you know what I'm talking about? Oh man, that was a good one. Okay, so anyway, I think that's it, right? So once again, these things, the topic that I just discussed will be on my blog. So just go russellofhotels.com, go to the blog drop down, hit the button, bing, and it will be there. It will be there. And then follow me on IG at Russell of Hotels, YouTube at Russell of Hotels, and then LinkedIn at Russell L. Edmond. So make sure you do that if you don't already do so. If you subscribe to the YouTube channel, guess what? you'll get a notification anytime I go live. And remember, I go live like 5 days a week. Okay. So today's Friday. So guess what? I don't have to go live again tomorrow. I'll go live on Monday. So, but anytime I go live, you get the notification. There you go. And then remember, on Tuesday, On Air with Russell of Hotels, that live hospitality talk show, I'm going to have a guest on Tuesday. That's Tuesday at 1 o'clock PST. And that's Mr. Jim Schickta, CEO of Wrigleyville Management. It's an asset management company. We're going to find out more about Jim. I used to work with him or work for him. So we're going to find out more about Jim and him forming an asset management company. But what is his background? Where did he come from? Who he worked for before? You know, we're going to find all that stuff out. So it's all about brand elevation, right? Elevating brands. So yeah, so that's going to be cool. So make sure you check that out. And let's see, what else? I guess that's it. And once again, I'm Russell of Hotels. I already gave you my information. If you want to reach out and touch me, I already told you that. Do I have my... Yeah, I guess that's it. I already gave you my email. Let me just do that one more time. Email right there. So you can always reach me on LinkedIn as well. Any social media platform that I'm on, you can send me an instant message, slide into my DMs or whatever. But the easiest thing for me would be just get the email and we go from there. So russell@russellofhotels.com. So that is it. Happy Friday to everybody. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much for the support and just joining me, checking out these lives that I do, these daily check-ins, as well as On Air with Russell of Hotels. I do appreciate it, and I don't take it lightly. So any questions at all, you need help with, that brand awareness piece, because like I said, it's intentional. It's not something that just happens. It's something you have to make happen. Okay. So there you go. Like I said, doing these 5 shows on air as well as the daily check-in, it's all intentional. This doesn't just happen by accident. It didn't just one day like, bing, okay, oh, we found out it's Russell of Hotels. No, I planned this thing out. I strategically plan all this out. Right. So there you go. And you have to do that. So I'm a nobody in the big scheme of things. Right. So just think you have a hotel that has a known name on it. But guess what? Everyone still doesn't know it. They may know that big whatever logo on the side of it, but they don't know your individual hotel. So you still have to sell it, right? Because you are an individual hotel. It's not like everyone is lumped in because you're with this one brand. It doesn't work like that. And if you think it does, that's why your budgets are different than, the other hotels within your portfolio's budget. Okay. Everybody's hotel is different. Everybody's hotel is unique to that market or that area. So, and you have to treat it differently. They all have to be treated differently. So there you go.